Okay, awesome. Attitu, Atelihai, Tungasugi, Tungahugi. Welcome everyone to Makitatiatic. Today is a Friday, so it's all about the legs. So we're going to be focusing on a ankle warm-up, quadricep and hamstring warm-up, followed by a workout and then a cool down. So my name is Makwa Baskin. I'm the Makitatiatic program coordinator for TIA. I'm joined with Paige and Brian from TIA. So we're all just going to be getting into this leg day workout. So the first thing that we're going to do is standing heel rocks. So I'm just going to stand up. So just to where you guys can see my feet, we're just going to be rolling back without falling over, of course, just to where it's comfortable, getting your feet off the floor, rolling back on those heels and coming forward. Again, doing like a calf lift. So we're going to do 4 of those. Again, rocking back and forward. So again, just warming them up a bit, straightening them out in between. Now we're going to get back into another 4. So we're going to do this 4 times. Again, just counting right when you lift your feet up, just like so. Again, so this is just a simple ankle warm-up, gets everything ready. Again, we're going to be doing some squats and some lunges, so it's going to be worth it again. Coming up and back and up and back. Again, same thing in between. Either kick out the ankles, you can rotate them inwards and outwards, shake them around. Again, just whatever loosens that joint and of course gets it stronger. So last one, again, coming back on the heels. You can even lean forward a bit to go further back on the heels. Again, whatever helps you get through that exercise. So that was just the first little ankle warm up. Second thing that we're going to do is, again, another ankle-based exercise. And we're just going to call, I don't know, I guess we'll just call this like 3-directional toe pointing or something. But basically, we're going to start standing in a feet planted outward position. So again, making a V with your feet are pointed outwards. And we're just going to come to the middle and then inwards. So again, so we come from the out to forward to in. And so that's going to be 1. We're going to do 4 of those 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, same thing, just working out those ankles, coming from out, forward, and in. So this is going to be really good for the flexion in the ankles, as well as the tendon in the feet, just to get us used to moving our feet in and outward. So again, starting out, forward, in, out, forward, in, out, forward, in, out, forward, and in, just like so. So again, you're going to start feeling it warm, getting warm in the muscle into the lower soleus, so the lower part of the calf. Again. So really trying to go wide, forward, and in. So again, this is also really great for the knees because we're going outside to inside. Again, if you're feeling any strain in the knees, you can come up, lifting the knees, and even kicking forward. Again, whatever gets us back to that. So on to the last one, starting out, forward, in, out, forward, in, out, forward, in, out, forward, and in. So again, really good at just opening up those ankles. And again, we're just adding some strength to them just to get us used to, again, stabilizing with our ankles. So after that, we're going to do some side lunges. So again, this is still the warm up, but if you do want to use some weight, you can absolutely grab a dumbbell or some type of weighted object Again, just making sure that we have room to our side. So again, standing in a wide stance, we're going to be coming down to one side facing forward. Again, butt is going to be pushed back, shoulders and chest, everything is coming forward. And so we're going to do twice on one side, twice on the other, 4 total, 4 times. Everybody's ready. Coming down to one side, up, down to that side. And again, it doesn't matter which way you go. If you want to go 2 on one side and then do 2 on the other, you can absolutely do that. So again, just doing 4. Make sure everything's loose, stretched out, and then we're going to get into another. Sorry about that, I just got a phone call. So again, coming onto the right side, 2 on each side. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 1, and that's 2. Again, just the warm up, shaking everything out, and we're going to get right back into that stance. So 2 more. Same thing, again, always shaking everything out. Just getting through this warm up, back into that stance, and back down. Again, trying to go low. Again, the lower you go, bringing that knee close to your ankle, really going to strengthen that. You're really going to feel that tension, which is exactly what you want to feel. So good stuff. So now we're going to do some sumo squats. So we're going to get it back into that horseback riding stance again, wide leg. And we're going to do 4 by 4. So 4 reps, 4 sets. So for myself, I use my mat, again, just as a reference. So just past my shoulders. And again, we're just going to be going down. So again, some deep squats here, coming low, coming back up, just doing 4. Perfect. Same thing, still the warm up. So when we're resting, again, keeping active, keeping everything moving, keeping the blood going. And right back into it, wide stance, and we're going back down. Just like so. Same thing, after the 4, keeping it moving. Again, really good. Obviously, taking a moment to breathe and getting right back into it. And we're bringing it right back down. Whew. Same thing, shaking it off. So I think that was 4, right? Or are we 1 set short? 3? All right, let's do it 1 more. Going down. Again, low, back up. Low, back up. Low, back up. Sorry about that. Yeah, that telemarketer call just threw me off my game a little bit. So again, just a good warm up, getting us started, getting us into the exercise. So you should be feeling some burn around the thigh area. So now I've set up a sort of essentially like a leg extension machine using resistance bands with ankle straps. So again, they basically go around the legs. The idea is you sit down, bring your legs up, And actually, when you get to the extended position, trying to lift them off of the seat as well. So lifting your hamstrings up. So if you don't have resistance bands or ankle weights or anything to hold you back, the easiest way to add some difficulty is to extend your legs and lift them up, almost like you're doing also some leg extensions. So, grab hold of your chair, whatever you have. And again, also working on that core and your quadriceps. So you might have to do some extra repetitions, but you'll certainly feel that burn. So just getting into the setup here. Again, I've strapped in my ankles and lifting up. As you can see, I have resistance, back down, back down. And so again, just doing 4. We're gonna take a rest, do another 4. If you don't have any weights holding you back, I would double or triple it. So I would do 8 or 12 reps 4 times instead of just 4 by 4. Again, this is still the warm up, so go until you get that blood flow. Otherwise, let's get back into it. So again, extending those legs. Again, if you want some difficulty, you could try to even lift your knees off the edge of your chair. So you can again put your hands underneath your hamstrings to elevate them off the floor. And again, that'll just make that much more difficult and overly focus on the quads. So again, getting back into it. Just doing 4. So again, if you are using resistance bands or not, you can also try to go with slower movements and of course hold them extended and bring them back down. Okay, going on to the next. Whew. And again, just doing 4 if you're using any type of weighted or retention. All right, so we're on to the last one, I think. And again, bring the legs up, back down. So whew. So although it looks a little janky, it certainly does work. Again, I can feel the burn in my quadriceps just by using that simple thing. So essentially what I've done is I took the resistance band, double knotted it around the back legs, the hind legs of my chair, pushed myself to the edge of my chair, which you may or may not have to do just to get some extra resistance. And then I just extended my legs and brought them back down. So again, great workout. Definitely hit the core, absolutely, yeah. Bringing like the knees a little bit higher, definitely hits that core. So good workout. After those, we're gonna do our last part of the warm-up, which is some seated squats. So again, if you have something to sit on, this is perfect. So we're just gonna come down to the resting position, coming up, back down to that resting position and coming up. So the idea is that we're resting and having to push ourselves off of the chair after we've come down to a resting position. So again, it just works on that explosive muscle in the quadriceps. So, okay, so again, we're just gonna be coming down and up, down and up. So again, ensure that you have a second to rest. And again, allow your body to rest those muscles before you get up. So again, just doing 4 by 4. If you want, you can also grab some weights. Again, doing whatever works for you. So this is a warm-up, of course. So don't burn yourself out. All right, so again, giving ourselves some time to rest and then getting back into the next 4. So standing up, back down, and up, back down. Just like so. Again, some time to rest, and then we're going to do the last 4 before we move on to the next exercise. So again, same thing. My feet are shoulder width apart. You can certainly extend your legs if you want to do a sumo variant, which of course will work a lot more on the glutes and the hamstrings. So you can add in some variations there if you would like. But again, just a great workout for those explosive muscles. So warming everything up. After that, we're going to do some standing hamstring curls. So similar to that exercise that we had done before. Again, where we're just stretching that quadricep muscle. Again, we're going to take that idea. Again, getting into a leaned position. So either grabbing onto a chair or some type of table, something to lean on. And again, we're going to be coming up, resting our hand along our calf to add resistance. And we're just going to curl backwards. And again, just like so. If you have resistance bands, you can absolutely use them. Again, hooking them to something forward and bring that leg back. But for this, we're just going to be adding some resistance. Again, using our hands. I have an odd positioning with my hand where bring it to the side so that I'm not blocking that part of my inner thigh. So again, bring it to the side, curling that leg. Again, just adding some resistance. So doing that 4 times on each side. Again, my hand is out. And again, just adding that resistance. And again, you want to try to get that heel to touch your butt. Maybe if I get closer. So essentially, the way I'm doing it is I have my hand about here. And as you can see with my hands, I sort of have like this around my ankle. Again, pushing down as I'm pulling up. If that makes sense.
I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can try.
My Hey Google just went off. That's sick. Okay, anyways, yeah, so sorry, I'll just show it from this side again. So I've got this, the space between the thumb and my pointer along my calf or ankle, and again, down. So this is really where the exercise starts, is right here. And again, curling up while pushing down. So you're gonna start feeling that right here as you're pushing down and bringing that heel up. Again, you're trying to get it to the butt, but just like so. I feel like I'm just showing it and this is like gonna burn me out. But yeah, so again, hooking and pushing down. This also works like a lot better with a partner. Ideally, that's how you would do it, is again, you'd have somebody behind you. But just for the sake of getting through the workout, Again, so starting here, doing 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, pushing that ankle the whole time downwards. Switching sides for 4. Again, pushing down as you're curling upwards. So as I'm doing this exercise, have the knee forward, coming up, touching just like so. Again, imagine that you're curling at that knee joint, curling backwards. So again, this is a good exercise for your calves as well, just for that resistance. Next 4. Switching sides. So again, just adding that resistance, curling inwards. So we're going to do the last 2. So we're doing 4 on this side, 4 on the other side. Again, same thing. Again, keeping those toes pointed forward, keeping that ankle flexed. And again, just adding that resistance. So again, just curling against your own body weight, pushing down on the back of the ankles wherever you can. So after those, we're going to do some dumbbell airplanes or just some airplanes. So again, getting onto some type of weighted object. And we're going to be coming forward, leaning down, and back up. So again, that's 1, 2, as you can see. So again, we're going to be doing 10, so 5 on each side, 4 times. So again, if you have some weights, if you don't have weights, just leaning forward as much as you can. And back up. So at 5, switching sides. Again, giving us some time to rest after we've done 10. So 5 on the right, 5 on the left. Again, starting to pick things up here in difficulty. Once we're feeling back to it, getting back into that stance. Again, starting with my right, coming down and up. So there's a slight bend in my leg, and then I'm extending my leg. So almost like a squat when I'm coming down. Really good for the hamstrings. Switching sides. Again, 5 on both sides. Whew. So again, sort of using our body like a seesaw. That is that resistance as we dip lower, having to use resistance in our hamstrings and quads to pull ourselves back up. Okay. On to our third. Again, switching at 5. Whew. Whew. So as we're coming down, as you probably noticed, this is also a great workout for our lower back. Again, simulating that sort of row or deadlift as we're going through the exercise. So again, really great for us though. Should be feeling that in the glutes, hamstrings, and quadriceps. Again, as you'll notice too, as you're coming down, the more that you bend that front leg, the more you're using your hamstrings and your quads.
That's actually what I was going to ask is it more beneficial or is it just a different exercise to bend more at the knee and at the hip and get lower? Or do you want to stay like, you know, partially bent as opposed to coming all the way down?
Yeah, so I would do, I would say that if you can get really low, again, it'd be difficult with weights, you know, then that's definitely like a really great hamstring variant. So you want to try to get that bend, but of course it's you know, you want to do that with practice. You don't want to just take a diver right off the bat. But yeah, when we're actually just straight legged and stretching, we're very much just stretching that muscle out and using our lower back as a deadlift. So yeah.
Okay, cool. I just like when it first started, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is just standing scales. I don't know it by this name. But then, yeah, with the bending leg, totally different thing. Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, so I think this is the last one here. Same thing. Coming forward, slight bend in that forward knee. Back up. Again, it's difficult with weights, but definitely trying to have some control as we're going down. Whew. So again, really good workout. Certainly incorporates a lot. Personally, a little out of breath after it. So anyways, now we're moving into some elevated single leg bridges. So we're going to get into an elevated gluteal position. Making some room first. Again, just simply in this upright position, just like so. And again, in this position. So it's a single leg, one leg up, one leg elevated. We're gonna come forward and push off, come forward, push off. So we're pushing with our right side hamstring, coming forward to get that resistance, just like so. So it doesn't matter how you have your leg, but we're just using one to push off, like so. Again.
We're trying to square our hips as much as possible, right? Like raise the hips so that you're flattened out.
Exactly, yeah, exactly, yeah. So just pushing that hip up, pushing forward like you would in any other bridge, a pelvic thrust. So we're gonna do 5 each side, 4 times. Let's do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a rest. Okay, back to it. Again, you don't have to listen to my rest times, but want to cover as much as possible. Switching sides again. So again, going through 5. Once you've done 10, 5 on each side, taking another rest, feeling good, and then we're back into it. Again, really getting it going. Again, taking a rest and back into it. Whew. On the last one, I think now, again. Pushing with that hamstring. You can get closer if you like to. Again, whatever really works that hamstring. Whew. Okay, so we ran through that one. Yeah, it's a good one. Again, just speeding through that one. It's a great workout on the hamstrings, especially all body weight. Great stuff. So after those, we're gonna do some traditional squats. What's going on, Brian?
I was just gonna say, I need a stickier mat. I was just like sliding across the floor with everyone.
I know, yeah, it's hard. You know, I was even thinking like maybe there's a way to use the mat and some dumbbells to create like a sleigh push or something like that. You know, something to, you know. But anyways, yeah, yeah, definitely a stickier mat. I'm lucky with this one. This one's probably just my sweat, but yeah, I'm super lucky.
Well, I've got my mat on the rug, so like it would normally be really good, but it just like it can only take so much before it starts.
Throwing too much muscle around on it. So, whew. Our last thing that we're gonna, well, not our last thing, our second thing that we're gonna do is some squats. So, same thing, we're gonna be doing 10 by 4. At this point, if you've been using dumbbells and you're tired, you totally don't have to keep using them. But if you'd like to, add some difficulty. So, again, I think I have a dog hair in my mouth. We're gonna get into this, into the standing feet shoulder width apart. Again, just that squatting position. If you feel like you want to do some more hamstring work, you can get into sumo. If you feel like you want to just work on those quads, we can do some forward squats. I might do 5 and 5. So dumbbells up if we're having any, ready into the squat position. And we're just going to come down and up. Again, making sure that as you're coming up, you're pushing that core out. Again, bracing yourself. For the workout. Just like so. I'm going to move my phone because that's a disaster waiting to happen. Oh no. Okay. Once we're feeling ready, get back into it. Again, 10 squats. Whew. So just like so, getting through those squats. I think like now's a good time to know my limit and stay within it. So I'm going to be putting these dumbbells to the side. So again, getting into that squatting position. So shoulder width apart. And again, coming down, trying to keep that back straight and coming back up. So again, we're being mindful of our knees, of course, as we're doing these exercises. Again, strengthening them as we're moving through these exercises. Just like so. I know, I'm like, I feel like I'm putting everybody through boot camp, man. So again, hopefully we're all rested, kind of getting back into it, keeping that momentum going. We're coming down, coming back up. Again, gauge yourself with what you can do. This is just a really solid 100% all the way through workout for your hamstrings and quadriceps. But you can totally take any part of this workout and just do that segment. That's totally fine. So again, taking that rest, shake everything off. And then of course, I'm gonna get back into it. Still going on with that pump, trying to make it work. So this is the last set, 10 more squats. Again, totally break this up in any way you want. You don't even have to do 10, you could do 5, 4. Just really getting ourselves moving and knowing how to do it is the most important part. So we've gotten through our squats now. So good job, everybody. Whew. And now we've got our final 2 exercises coming up. So our last one, again, they're going to get pretty easy as we're going through. should say easier. The next one that we're gonna do are some squat walks. So we're gonna go by as many steps, whether they are forward or backwards, side to side, just going by 1, 2, 3, as you can see, all the way up to 10. We're gonna do that 4 times, so it doesn't matter how you do it. Again, ideally, you wanna get into that squat position, sumo, or just your average shoulder width forward squat, whatever position is the best for you. And again, you're gonna take squatting steps. So that would be 3. We can do that up to 10. If you have resistance bands, totally put them on now, like I'm doing. Again, they just make that squat much more difficult. And so we're gonna do 10 steps. That's 1. And just like so. Doing those steps. Again, taking a rest if you need it, and we're gonna do another 10. So. Just like so. Taking that rest. The rest is subjective. It can be as long as you want. And getting back into it. 1. Again, doing those squat steps really takes it out of you, but it's good work. So moving on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I think we're on our last one here. So really good stuff so far, everybody. We're getting through it. Again, I hope I didn't ruin anybody's Friday plans for biking. Just doing 10. Whew. Oh, wow. I got to tell you, just by itself, that's hard. And with the resistance band too, like you really feel that. Like my thighs are like, my thighs are like just pumping with like just massive right now. Whew. So gone through the squat walks. We're on our last exercise of the day before we get into our cool down, which will be speedy. And so our last thing that we're going to do are some single leg push-offs. So I'm going to be, again, using another elevated surface. That could be your couch, your chair, whatever that looks like. And we're just going to be doing 10. Again, coming up and back down. So pushing off of an elevated surface from an elevated position until we're up. And we're going to do that 10 times, so 5 times each side. Again, one leg on an elevated surface. Make sure you won't kick through it. Once everybody's ready, we're going to get into it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switching sides. And again, we're not using our hind leg for any support, just using our forward leg, our working leg to do all that work. Taking a rest here, 3 more sets. We're gonna get back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switching sides again. Just like that. Again, getting through these exercises, great stuff for the quads and the calves to push. Into our third set now. 1, 2, 3. And again, switching sides at 5. So, good stuff. Got through our 3 sets. I think we have, again, that last pesky one to get through. If you want to use weights, you can also use some weights. Again, just to make that more difficult for that front leg to push off. And same thing, back into it. 10 more. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switching sides, of course. And 5. So, gone through that workout. Good job, everybody. Certainly good. I'm sweating all over myself. So, of course, like always, it's time for that cool down. Make sure that we didn't strain anything, pull any muscles, and ensure that we don't as the day goes on. So, first thing that we're going to do is, of course, that hamstring stretch. So, of course, I'm going to do this one standing. We're going to do the laying down version later. Just important to get that extra pressure on that other leg. We're going to be bringing from underneath the knee, our hamstring, pulling that knee to our chest. 15 seconds. 10. 'Switching sides now. Again, 15 seconds. Dropping that leg. Got through that hamstring stretch. Now we're going to do the reverse, stretching on our quad, heel back to the butt. Right leg, 15 seconds. Again, you can lean forward a bit. That gives you that leverage on that quadricep. Switching sides, bringing up that left. Back down. So again, stretching out those quads. Now we're going to get into a 30-second downward dog. Again, inching forward until you're comfortable. Pushing back into those heels, extending those legs. "20 seconds. And 30. So, good stuff. Again, pushing back, stretching those hamstrings out, the calves, the lower calf, that soleus muscle, everything, stretching it all back, pushing it all back. Now we're gonna get into the L-shaped stretch with a figure four. Again, bringing that heel to our pelvis, to our hip, and reaching, pulling our toes back if you can. 15 seconds each side. Switching sides, same thing, heel into pelvis, pulling those toes back if you can. Again, good job. So stretching everything out. Again, really great for the quads. And now, same thing, we're gonna do that laying down hamstring stretch. So again, laying down on our backs, flat, bring that leg up, and we're pulling. If you can at the ankle, I certainly can't. So pulling from behind the knee for myself. And again, trying to get that knee, those toes past your head, pulling that hamstring, stretching everything out, 15 seconds. Switching sides, again, 15 seconds. Focusing on that hamstring, pulling that hamstring. Five more seconds. Just like so. Again, stretching that hamstring. Whew. So now on to our last cool down exercise. We're just going to do some simple toe reaches or toe touches. So again, either standing or sitting, legs extended, and we're reaching for those toes. And again, we're just going to hold that for 30 seconds, touching the toes, the floor, whatever. Just getting low, legs are straight. If you can, knees together. 15 seconds. And 30. Woo. Okay, so that was our leg day. Again, we did some ankle work, got through the hamstrings and the quadriceps, 6 warm-up exercises, 6 workout exercises, and 6 cool downs again. Feel free to take any part of these, chop them up, make them into workouts that fit for you, designed by you for you. This is just a really great full leg exercise just to get us into that weekend. So thank you everyone for showing up. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Paige. I'm sorry, from Tia. That's the sweat talking. And thank you, Sport Canada and Canadian Heritage again for funding a Yungusuit, which Attitu is a part of. So really this whole fitness, health, and wellness sort of program. Again, thank you everyone involved. Thank you guys at home or wherever you are working out. This is Makwa, this is Attitu, and yeah, take care. Have a good weekend, everyone. I'll see everybody Monday for a upper body workout. And yeah, take care, everybody.